Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ortho.i coaching. I'm so glad to be here today. We are starting right now your training. Pay attention. It's a lot of good information. And I just recorded this course. It's brand new, has everything you need to know, and actually we have a very good questions to answer. And that great moment that we have at Digital Orthodontics, and with all the aligners companies, with all the new technology. So it's a great time to upgrade our practices and also our systems. And of course, we need to change for better and be very convenient for our patients. So this is a program, and we are talking about, actually, this is the class number one. Actually, this is the class number one. You're gonna see later on, but we have 7 different steps. And the first step, pay attention, the first step is to change ourselves. This is to change the digital orthodontist culture, how we see our career, and open our mind. So we need to change in the right direction. So how to get today the digital practice of tomorrow? If you think how going to be our practice in the future, and this is not just the orthodontist, can be, of course, for GP, general dentists as well, everyone that work in some level with orthodontics. And try to think in how would be the orthodontic treatment in the future? How going to be our practice in the future? What the patient really wants? So that is one question that for sure on the end of this training you're going to have. How to keep update with the customer demand. So again, what the patient really wants, that's what we need to have focus, So I'm sure that most of the times what the patient really wants is not the same what the doctor really wants. And also is not the same that your staff really want, or even what the company really wants. So how you manage all these new areas and all the new fields and this new technology we have today. So definitely we need what? We need to choose a consulting company. That's what we are doing right now. Okay, so there are different ways. There is a few different ways that you can upgrade your practice or your knowledge. Is doing courses, of course, or hire some consultants, or from the companies, or from dental companies, or even yourself. I know this is pretty much very expensive most of the time. So I decided to do this compact version, for you, for small companies, for regular practice around the global day. When they speak Portuguese too, I speak, you're gonna see later, but this is, we're gonna be all in English, of course. And that's what we want. We wanna help you, to go to the right directions, So don't worry, it won't be like a 10 hours training, online trainings. That's, I know how it works. We are not in 2015 anymore. So will be a very compact course. I'm gonna share exactly what you need to know. So it will be kind of 7 different steps. You're gonna see less than 1 hour. And then literally in a weekend, you can do that and start to redirect your practice for the right directions. And I say right directions, why? Because I'm gonna tell you something. In the last 5-6 years, I live in 3 different countries, right? So I work with actually in Europe, South America, and North America, in Spain, Brazil, and the United States. So it's coincidence or not, is the largest aligners market in the world lately. So what the doctors really think about it, I'm not just guessing. I was there and I asked them, I coach them, I teach them, So I just combine all this new information in this great training that I want everybody to make it and enjoy with us. So how improve efficiency with convenience? We are talking about clear aligners all the time. So how to make our treatment more efficient, less refinements, faster. So there is like so many different options today. Which one to choose of aligner systems? So how I can deliver my aligners, how I can control, how I can customize. Should I produce them or should I use third-party companies? Should I have work with other practices? Should I have my own digital lab? How much I should invest in this new technology, you know? And this is also why I am here. So how we can improve efficiency in our practice, in our treatment results, but need to be convenient too, okay? And of course, once you are updated and you know where you're going, you definitely be ready to compete with any other company or any other practice in the world. Doesn't matter if they are direct to consumer aligners, or if they're orthodontists, or if they're general practice, whatever happens, that's why we are here, to actually just share what we have been doing and what everybody else are doing, and how we can actually help you. Don't waste the time that's probably a lot of people is wasting, trying and making mistake. So maybe I'm gonna share actually how we got ourselves organized. So why we are remotely in control our practice in the last 6 years. Like I'm saying, I was living in different countries. So I was remotely in control of my practice. So what the ideal business model that we're gonna have today? And it's very important we remember, you know, that with all these changes, I'm gonna tell you something, a lot of companies gonna fail. You know, you can see already some companies or some practices or some dentists, you know, they are changing you a lot, the way like how many patients they have a year, or how much profitable they are the business, or how much investment for the new orthodontists. So it's a lot of changing. And you need to know that even very large, if you're doing very great, you say, yeah, but I'm doing very well. And I work with aligners for almost 10 years or even more. I'm very expert. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to help with me. So remember that very large companies, they also fail. So just a few examples how the large corporations, some of them, they are billion-dollar companies, and they have all the money they had to be, you know, the number one still, and they completely fail, you know. And one of the main reasons is that's why we are here too, is to share innovation and the ability to change. And that's what the culture I was saying. We can see here a few companies, you know, just I'm not name all there, but you can see here like a Kodak, Nokia, Blockbuster, Yahoo, Segway, you know, there is so many other companies, and somehow some of them they're still going, but they fail to be innovative, and in somehow they are paying very expenses for all that. So this is that we want to share with you, that it changes some things that we need to do. It's inevitable. See, that's hard when you speak different languages. And remember, I speak Portuguese, Spanish. I'm still learning English, and innovation, it's no different, right? It's something that's always going to happen. And this is another thing, guys. I want to do this very convenient for you too, you know, so it will be like easygoing. You know, you can of course take notes doing something. You're gonna see on the end, you're gonna have a moment that we are gonna talk one-to-one. And so, but for now on, we're gonna start with the online training, and I want you guys enjoy, not just enjoy the course, but enjoy this new career of the orthodontist. And you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. You know, why is a new career? What is going on, right? So I already talked about that, how to compete with the DC at-home aligners. What you don't know what is that? So that is those companies that actually the patients from home take some impressions or get some scanners, scan in some aligner stores and send the information straight to the company, and the company sends straight to your home, for the patient's home. So direct to consumer, so they don't go to a regular orthodontist or dentist practice, you know, to do the appointments and do everything. So that's why if you're in different countries we call direct to consumer. And somehow every country, there is some business model working this direction. So be prepared, doesn't matter where you are. They're gonna have companies shipping aligners, customized aligners, straight for the patients. That is something that it's unchangeable, right? It's something that is already here and gonna be everywhere. So how can we be more innovative? How we can do something very good and different? There is a way to do it better. Thomas Edison, definitely, and find it. So that's what we did. You know, the last 5 years, we were traveling everywhere, you know, and try to come up with the right formula that how would be the digital practice of tomorrow. So the first thing is our business model needs to be flexible. It should be a flexible model. So what I'm talking about, you're gonna see that we're gonna be like a conventional practice, but also we're gonna be a virtual practice. We're gonna have a two type of business. We're gonna have a business like we have to consumer already, straight to the patients. We treat the patients regular like we are in-person treatments. But also now your practice, once you put on the cloud, like everything is going to the cloud, you're gonna have a different business model, a different practice. You're gonna set up, and we're gonna teach you how, a practice on the cloud, and you're gonna start another business model that is business to business. So you're gonna just have a new world of opportunities and adapting your regular practice for this future practice. See how much cool is that? So pay attention over here. 89% of the companies plan on having hybrid workforce, you know, after the pandemic world. It's a very strong number. 62% of the business leaders reported that hybrid working makes companies more profitable. So we definitely need to have a hybrid business model, hybrid dental practice. And somehow we're gonna be in person, and somehow we're gonna be also virtual. You know what I mean? So let's keep going, follow, be here with me. Another field that is having a huge change. And if you think the clear aligners, you know, $20 billion in a few years, it's huge. Try to imagine the cloud kitchen, $350 billion market. So what actually is the cloud kitchen? Is literally the delivery food business. So they don't have, some of these companies or some of these restaurants or food industries, they don't have the physical practice, not practice, that is cloud practice. So it's cloud kitchen. So they don't have the restaurant anymore. They just have the kitchen. And from the kitchen, they deliver it for several different places. Using what? The cloud. See how they change the process. It's still food, but it's a completely different way to deliver. And you, in this way, you are already for sure part of this industry. You are already ordering delivery food, some of you guys every day, using an app, and you don't go in a restaurant anymore. And you still can have very good food, and some of them for very good chef. And you are paying for that in a different way as well. So that's why it's a $350 billion market. And on the aligner market, and somehow it's happening the same thing, but people don't see it. You know, it's not just about the aligners. It's actually this because aligners is on the cloud as well. And we, the dentists, the orthodontists, we need to go to the cloud as well. And we need to be prepared with the hybrid workspaces. Like I said, you're gonna have a conventional practice, but in the same way, you need to have a virtual practice. For some of you guys, I'm sure it's getting very clear, everything I'm saying. Some of you guys, and somehow are already thinking or working like that, but listen to me, that's the way to go. This is the way to go. So introducing Ortho.i Cloud Practice. So we have done this for many years. So we have our conventional practice and you have our cloud practice. And we are going to share all these with you guys in a very compact and fun way. And you're going to love it. You're going to love it because they're going to change the way we work. We're going to change our lifestyle. It's amazing all the benefits you can get from having your cloud practice. And to how to teach and how to show that, we split in seven different episodes. This is the first one, actually. So I'm sure you are already learning a few information or getting excited or see that you probably need that. And you're not going to spend like 40,000 grands or 40 grands, actually $40,000 on some consulting expensive. No, you can get all this information for orthodontists that I went over there on the front line and I just get to see all that and start to organize myself. It's working and I'm showing you guys all these great informations that you need to do the same in your own area, in your own city, in your own country, in your own practice. So 7 different steps. We're going to talk about the culture, how to change this culture. And this go, we haven't finished yet. This go with the patient, go how you inform the patients, how you organize your staffs, what's the best aligner system for you, how you need to organize your practice, like the structure, the workplace, how you do your consultations, how you do first appointment virtual, how you do your supervision and monitoring virtually. What's the best way? And the workflow. What's the new patient workflow when you combine all these new technologies, including aligners? And on the end, how you market all that. It's great. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. And on the end, you said, Adriano, I know I love the online courses, but sometimes I would like to talk to you. I have my, everything you're saying, it's make a lot of sense for me, but I really don't know how to market that, or I don't know how to do my first appointment. I don't know how actually to make virtual appointments very efficient and get the same results that I do in person. You have for sure different questions. That's why in the last step, we are going to do a one-to-one session live with me and your team, and you can make all the questions. So is the best way to learn. It's online and live, and you're going to save a lot of money. You don't need to go live in different countries, to learn all that, or you don't even need to come over here to the United States or to Brazil or whatever, and to get to learn, all that. You can start even today, like you are just watching these. I'm sure you're getting a lot of good information. And remember, cloud practices are different than virtual practice, because people say, you know what, I have my conventional practice, and sometimes I use, like, even from aligner systems, they offer, I just get some pictures from the patient, or I get some feedback from the patients, and I do actually like a Zoom meeting or a FaceTime with the patients using very cool tools. And the patients, I'm doing some virtual appointments, so I have my virtual practice. It's not this. Virtual practice is like an in-person practice, like you still have the patient, but sometimes you see him virtually and sometimes you see them in person. Okay, I'm talking about a completely different business, right? It's the same thing that the companies, they have other industry, for example, it's not the food industry, but any other industry, they have like a normal retail stores on the shopping malls, but sometimes they have online stores selling the same product. So you can see it's different business model. So it's something like that here. It's a completely different business model that you're gonna get some other patients that you probably wouldn't get on the shopping mall. So here's the same thing. Start to understand this benefit that you can have patients from anywhere from now on when you have a cloud practice. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can have patients from anywhere from now on and compete head to head with every other company in this world. And that's what we need to do as orthodontist, as a dentist, as a healthcare provider. So you're gonna have like orthodontics business, I'm saying, and like a direct consumer, like we are treating patients nowadays, and we have done for the past 100 years. But now we're gonna have also other business that you can add or not. You can just create this cloud practice from zero, or you can just add in your regular practice that you have today. So you're going to have digital lab services. You can have doctor supports with planning and supporting other doctors from different parts, even in the same city sometimes, and make partnerships, or even consulting for other doctors that they are not as expert as you in orthodontics or in aligners. So you're going to have different incomes from different places. And it's all start with this digital orthodontics knowledge that you probably already have, but you just need to organize that and put on the cloud and be ready for this new world, for all these new services. You can consulting eventually, even for other doctors or other companies, or even working together with corporations. So it's amazing how you can get a lot of benefits doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, and business to consumer also, it's a huge change, because from now on, let's play the same game. So you can have at office treatments as well, like we are doing. You have the patients, in-person treatments, but we can also offer at home treatments with a very high quality. How you can do that? And we can do that. We can offer for the patient as well. And we are going to share, you know, what type of treatments we can do that and what type of treatment we can't do that. So it's amazing how from now on, you definitely can have the best of the two worlds if you make a few upgrades. It's not a lot. If you have already a digital practice, to create the cloud practice, you don't need much. You need, of course, some effort, some orientations like you're giving here, you know, and make a few changes, and you're going to be ready for the future. So how we can underline all this magic? Because so far it looks fantastic. You say, John, how can I do that? I'm supposed to be doing that tomorrow. Actually, you can start, and you already started. So just keep going. So the first thing, you need to inform before perform. You know, so there is whatever you like it here, or if it's making sense, everything I'm telling you, from now on, you need to create your own team and not change your culture like I'm changing yours now, or probably you already had all this in your mind. You just need like this to go moment like we are offering here. And it's so easy now to get all this information. It's very cool. And once you get, before you start to perform, you start to become, make the first change. You know, you need to have everything very clear inside your own business. And you need to be prepared to make this change. You need to be prepared, you know, to tell the patients how yourself is, you guys are getting organized. You're going to have more time. But before you get more time and change your lifestyle, you actually need some effort. So that's the problem. The beginning is the hard work. After that will be awesome. Your staff's going to love it, because with the time, they are going to have more, you know, time. Exactly. Because you're going to have more virtual appointments. You know, working with aligners is great. It's getting so much efficient. Year by year, month by month. It's amazing how different companies, they come up with great solutions. So when you use the aligner system, choose the right company to work with in your business, in your country, you're going to see the staff's going to love it as well. But they need to be in the same page. They need to be in the same boat than you. They need to understand everything and we are saying. That's why it's digital, this course as well, because they can take the course with you. You know, and I do recommend not just the doctor, but the staffs as well. And not just the staffs, but the doctor as well. Once you have everybody in the same team with this change in culture that is clear, they really need to invest in this cloud practice and put the patients in the cloud as well. everything is going to the cloud. We know that, every industry. So the healthcare is going as well. The orthodontist care is going as well. So we need not just to put the doctor on the cloud, on the practice, and the doctor and the patient will be in the cloud as well. And how we're going to manage all that, and it's something that the patient love it. Believe me, they love technology. They love to be convenient. They love to be affordable treatments. And that's what we need to offer them. And the cloud practice is the first step that you're going to get organized to give what the patient really want. Okay, so the bottom line so far, and we are finishing here our first class, is once you have done that, and believe me, it is something that everybody else can do it. Maybe a little bit slow, depending on in which country you are, but it's the way to go. It's a new road of opportunities. Okay, it's a completely different way to start to do orthodontics. And I'm sure it's the best way when the clinician will be always in control, just adapting the business model. So I appreciate, thank you, obrigado, gracias, merci. And it will be my pleasure to keep going and seeing you guys. And we have a step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7, we are going to be together live. And of course, this one-to-one coaching, the last part, I can do in Portuguese and I can do in Spanish as well, talking with your coordinator, with the team, ask me anything, AMA. Okay, so you guys can ask me anything about since technique. And as you guys know, I'm an orthodontist as well, 20 years taking care of patients. And I have done a lot of digital orthodontics and planning. And I lecture in all the large associations, orthodontists, lingual, and aligners as well. And I coach hundreds and hundreds of practices. So it would be my pleasure to be helping you guys. And you can always visit Ortho.i.com to get more information about that. You guys have a good day. See you soon.